All right, now in part one, we saw Sanaa Lathan's character Kenya McQueen. They laid out some of the issues that supposedly a lot of successful quote unquote so-called black females suffer from, lack of a compatible mate, issues in the corporate world where they feel alienated. Now we're going to see her meet up with the Caucasian man who initially she rebuffed on their blind date. He's there to survey her apartment. We're going to see her look at herself in the mirror and try to pretty herself up, and she's not going to know why she's doing it. Obviously, subconscious. She's admitting that she's subconsciously attracted to him, and she wants him to be attracted to her.
What are you doing? You'll have to leave him in the car. I don't do dogs.
Well, neither do I.
Please pay attention to the dog. All right? The dog represents the Caucasian man, believe it or not. The dog in this film represents the Caucasian man. I'm going to rewind this scene for a second.
You'll have to leave him in the car. I don't do dogs.
Notice she says, I don't do dogs. In other words, she's saying, I don't have sex with so-called white men. That's what that line is really supposed to mean. All right. Her relationship with the dog is going to mirror her relationship with this man. All right.
Dogs.
Well, neither do I. We're just good friends.
Now he says, neither do I. We're just good friends. He's talking about the dog.
I guess I walked right into that one.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
So you don't do dogs, huh?
I mean, I can't have dog hair all over my house. I hope it's not an imposition.
No, I got it. Yeah, nice. She doesn't do dogs. You have to wait in the truck, okay? I'm sorry. Get in, Max. Come on, Max. In the truck. There's a good boy. Oh, he's a good.
Oh, it's around the back.
Gotcha.
Notice she didn't even let the Caucasian man walk through her home. All right. Why? Because he represents something that's not welcome, at least at the moment. All right. So what's going to happen is, as the film goes on, he's going to wear her down. And you're going to see that based on her treatment of the dog. Her backyard represents her soul. And you're going to see that as this film goes on. His job as a landscaper is to rebuild her soul, rebuild her backyard.
Listen, thanks for coming out here and not, holding my rudeness against me.
Appreciate you saying that.
So what do you think?
Now look at her backyard. Her backyard looks like a jungle. All right. It's it's supposed to be analogous to her spirit. His job as a landscaper is to clean out the weeds and help it grow again to become bountiful. Right now it's dry.
Well.
So we're going to skip forward. So now the scene that we're about to watch now, she's allowed the Caucasian man to quote unquote landscape her backyard, meaning repair her spirit. So now we're going to watch an oncoming scene and see how systematically he starts to rebuild her spirit and how she systematically starts to welcome him in more into her spirit, symbolized by the dog.
Paper. No! Go, no!
Max, get out of here. Get back in the truck. Get in the truck. Get in, Max.
She's still standoffish about the so-called interracial relationship. She does not want the dog in her life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He must have snuck out of the truck.
Well, please do everything you can to make sure that he doesn't. I spilled your latte.
Look at him surveying her place. He's looking at her place like, wow, she this is a dry chick. She really needs me to help her get her fountain flowing.
Thanks for the latte. It's real sweet.
Notice he's still at the border, right? He's not allowed into her home yet. He's not allowed into her spirit at all. All right, now she's at an interpretive dance performance, and the dance is highly sexualized. It's between a black man and a black woman, so-called black man and black woman. So now what happens after that is now she starts to get thoughts about her landscaper, and we're going to see what happens. Remember, pay attention to the dog. Remember, the dog represents him. Mind you, this is a woman who's supposedly looking for a black man, but she goes to a play or a performance and watches a dance between a black man and a black woman, so-called black man and black woman, and starts thinking about her Caucasian landscaper. Isn't that trippy? Notice he's running his hands through that dry soil.
Burning the midnight oil?
Oh, I'm just trying to keep up with you.
Wow. Nice. It's really coming along.
Max, get over here. Max.
It's okay.
See how she's petting the dog now? She says it's okay. He's used to her being standoffish. Now she's welcoming the dog. That means she's going to welcome him.
Starving. Want some takeout?
He was shocked because she welcomed him into her home. That's the first time he's been inside of her home. Remember, before he had to stand at the border just like his dog. She welcomes the dog, she welcomes him because he is the dog.
What's with all the beige? You're gonna paint, right? You're gonna bring some color in.
Remember, I stated when he looked in her house, he was looking at how drab and how run down her house was. So now he's asking about colors. Why? Because his role in the film is to bring vibrancy back into her life. Remember, her spirit was dead. His job is to reinvigorate her spirit. All right, that's the message that's communicated in this film by the screenwriter Chris Turner. Is for black females to search for vibrancy from the Caucasian man. It's really just a ploy for attention.